ICC Chief Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda travelled to Eldoret, where she met victims of the post-election violence and those affected in the chaos. She visited the Kiambaa church compound, where more than 30 people were killed in the skirmishes. In a public forum held in an Eldoret hotel, Bensouda responded to questions and concerns from members of the public. KTN's Sophia Wanuna was in Eldoret and filed this report.
When Chief Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda arrived in the country Monday, she expressed her interest to meet the victims of the post-election violence, and today she travelled to Eldoret. Expectations were high in the town as victims hoped they would get an opportunity to express their views to the prosecutor. Though an officer in the office of the prosecutor cautioned the public to limit their questions to her on how the ICC works, majority of the residents had other concerns in mind.
We find it odd and very difficult to understand whether it is by coincidence or by plan to have the case come soon after the elections. We find it a bit difficult because elections generally in this country tend to raise temperatures, and ICC is already a factor.
The process that is ongoing at the ICC is not a political process. It is not. It is a judicial process. Maybe it is unfortunate, whilst this process is going on, your own political process is going on. But this is not what the ICC judges are using to make decisions.
Bensouda maintained that the judges at the ICC were strictly following the ICC calendar. She went ahead to remind Kenyans that the country failed to bring to justice those responsible for the post-election violence, with members of parliament opting to take the trials to The Hague instead of setting a local tribunal to try them, insisting ICC was not interfering in Kenya's affairs.
And must hold people accountable. However, if that is not done by the country, then ICC comes in. And why does ICC come in? Because that country is part of ICC.
Some victims raised concern on whether they would be able to benefit from the Victims' Trust Fund, an issue that the prosecutor sought to clarify was not part of her mandate. The prosecutor said the 4 suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty, urging Kenyans to stop politicizing the issue. She at the same time announced that her office was talking to some people contrary to fears raised by some victims that no one was seeking their views on the post-poll chaos. As the International Criminal Court Chief Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda's 5-day visit to the country comes to an end, the main concern in the victims' mind and those affected by the post-election violence is, will justice be served, and will it be seen to be served? And will they be compensated? But one message that remains clear across the board is that Kenya must not return to the dark moment witnessed in 2007-2008. Sophia Wanuna reporting for KTN in Eldoret.